The OSP.
Kisi atena wa ye hwehan ama ofuwete dwane. Na mo fi say no yen de no ntintia ne enkoka dia asem biu.
They were setting that office targeting Mahama.
The office of special prosecutor. We should abolish it.
Yen samai fo nyina kwaba ebiem emra dwumade yesu asanso Francia. En sama ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu. Yede ni nyina ebre aifo eno achi no ye biebie nsem nim na edimo nkomo sese ame no kasei. Special prosecutor OSP is in trouble na akwakoba se His Excellency John Mahama ti ena MPP Agban create sa office na ensene beto dwa no akofo nsem bebre ede abakwekwa ne beram na edi ho nkomo Martin Kpebu so expose oman hene of Adum FM kwekwa ne beram so na afi no ye tie de course de dia lawyer Martin Kpebu atimi expose oman hene ebedi ho nkomo na afi no bibia ay kama baransa no Speaker of Parliament Agban bagbin and afi no majority no and nsembia tudwa afa special prosecutor ho and what you know enkomo bebre e refreche banti quick one yene kan kona afi no yedie samoa Agban bagbin Speaker of Parliament and ya tudwa o chemse ono kwa afono no special prosecutor no iye nyini mfi o quick one iye ntene nsam no rekoba ensamu achepa.
We cannot continue to allocate that huge sums to the same office when we are not getting the results. This is one of the agencies we should be looking at.
The OSP.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, right.
Speaker of Parliament.
Of course.
As issue na kwa kodru Parliament.
Yeah.
Na ome biem baran I speaker say ohudi entia at the end of the day ebe pompiska ako OSP office.
Of course.
But then yenya results bia. But quick one in Ramway.
Well, right, Mamina was in the first place now. You chat before.
Yeah.
Now, Asia said that you knew uncommon. Right, office of the special prosecutor. No.
Yeah.
I check. Now was your good data.
Hey.
Of course. Now I am the say a name Speaker of Parliament. Edna no to mubi.
Yeah.
Right, so what judicial service, executives, any legislature, no.
Yeah.
Three different sectors. And I work.
Yeah.
And man penny the Becca ya. A man for Becca say a political.
Oh.
Because any man penny in a creative office. No.
Yeah.
But Speaker of Parliament, ye jitu say, man penny ni ho, no vice president ni ho, but the next person in line.
Yeah.
And the only thing you say, ye democracy no.
Oh.
Ye beti say ye democracy. Ye ma office bi akwan na onye adwuma na ya pompi sika kugu ho na obi adi ye hia na ya kwatena sa akebe na sika ni ho. Hey. Special prosecutor office. Na do create no o ka kire ye say. O create office wey amana be fighting against corruption.
Yeah.
In 2016. Na do the message ba akopa say oba obetu corruption ase. And obe sa office wey. Since your office wey buy corruption case ben and obi betu ejira bonte aka say office wey akodi edibem.
Na yenhwa de bi even yet mamufo kra no ye biadwuma ye biadwuma say at the end of the day no ye benya mfaso
of course
enti when the be biadwuma oni sika ba be hye abekwa kwhye adwuma na bia within be 5 years onya mfaso bi ase no bekoso ato adwuma no so
afi bia wodi sika hyem afi ne so a unya sika but afi so a no ba sa akopa sika foforo ye bobu se wa IMF nyina ye bobu se a ye budget ye na locate bia kuma OSP but the same OSP no so ne aka kire ne say amanfo a omo bo man ne kro no chi wo mo na gi sika ne maye kisi agya bi ntimi nchi wo die mfaso ni so ene wotimi ye enei OSP obaye obi a waye finance minister ye say chirima ye kenoforiata na wo mayi nsema no wantimi wa man ko but obi a odani fi a onya ni nko ba bi a onye bone no kisi agya bi timi ka say enipa na ka asema egu office no ho fi enti wa frɛ no eye wadwuma no director OSP ne die ne say corruption cases na OJC enne OJC amanfo say wakoka asem bi na wakoka asem bi a ebo o man ne ka na director ye ka no krenkyere ho say enei say Speaker of Parliament any Parliament house ne be ye hwe na kisi ajabi at nase atu adwuma so aye die oye ya ene na mfaso ni so say aban bi bo be campaign so be to corruption ase
quick one commander wakwakofa asem ba ye nkonko tie we mra na majority leaders so di nkomo wachi na ni nkomo no mu oka asem bi abusua wo de ye ntie mra Mr. Onyabotrema me Yakoba asem kra okan ne yebesi so na afa no yebie nsem nim na edi ho nkomo quick one yenkomra ne Yakoba ensem wachi pa.
No ministry, no office is established. If you look at the cabinet, no office is expressly established by this constitution apart from the Attorney General and Minister for Justice. It is the only one that is actually a constitutional entity. And so it is an entity that this parliament should ensure that it is resourced and protected so that it stands above ordinary ministries and can ensure that criminality is dealt with in this country. Look at the budgeting. If we agree that a prosecutor fighting corruption needs to be resourced, why have we not been resourcing the Attorney General? Why do we establish an entity out of the functions of the Attorney General and resource them more than the Attorney General? And even after doing that, it is still not delivering. So, Mr. Speaker, yesterday I'm told, I didn't see it, but I'm told that your predecessor, the Right Honorable Michael Kwe, who spoke here on TV3, indeed recommended that this House should abolish it. That we should use a private member's bill to abolish it. Mr. Speaker, let me sound a warning that abolishing it will not let off the hook. Not let off the hook those who we are considering prosecuting for violations of the law when it comes to corruption. I can assure you that abolishing the office of special prosecutor will not let off anybody that is found culpable or who has violated any of the laws of this Ghana when it comes to financial accountability. Zacchaeus will not be let off the hook. I can assure you. So people should not see the call for the abolition of the office of special prosecutor as an indication that those who are going to be held accountable will be let off the hook. Indeed, I will ensure that the process is even expedited. But I am strongly of the conviction that the office of special prosecutor should be abolished. Whether we are going to do it through a private member's bill, as advised by Michael Kwe, or that we will call on the executive to expedite a bill that we will consider and approve to abolish it, that is for us as a House to decide. But I think that it is high time we realize that that constitutional experiment is futile. To say that because the Attorney General is appointed by the President and is a member of a political party that he will not be functional or effective in fighting corruption. The OSP, is he coming from space? Who is nominating him? The same political process is going to generate the occupant of the office of special prosecutor. So he will not be freed of that political pressure. If we want to be serious about fighting corruption, let's do it. Political leadership at the highest level must lead. This government has been in office for about 11 months now. Mr. Speaker, we haven't reported a single scandal. And we haven't reported a single scandal because of the political commitment to ensure accountability. And we are available. Show me any scandal and we will take the person on. Mr. Speaker, political corruption is a function of political leadership. If political leadership is determined not to be corrupt, they will not be corrupt. And when they are corrupt, they will hold each other accountable. It's not about creating fanciful institutions and giving them fanciful names. We have seen it. And big budgets with all sort of perks. We've seen it. It's lived out and it's not working. Let's go back to what the Constitution has ordained. the money that we are giving to the Office of Special Prosecutor, let's resource the Attorney General's office. And I'm sure that this particular Attorney General will produce the kind of results that we expect of him. As it is now, there is some confusion in the system. Which corruption cases should the OSP, handle? Which one should the Attorney General handle? Which corruption cases should the Yoko investigate, and which one should the OSP investigate? When there's a corruption case and one runs and then places its hands on it, then the other is clearly, disabled from dealing with it. Even if the one that has rushed first to take it is obviously not politically committed to fighting it. So there's clear confusion. Institutions obstructing each other. Powers blocking each other. So I think that we should use this opportunity to streamline it. Let one person lead the fight against corruption as stipulated by this constitution. And that is the Attorney General, and that is the Minister for Justice, and that is what is provided for in our constitution.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
Majority leader.
Of course.
What didn't come?
Sure.
But then baby and come on here me day. Hey, baby and now chimse between OSP and Attorney General. I say, "One more juma, one more juma, juma."
Okay.
And one would you so juma.
Now, Director. Well, one kasa. Who difference here? Attorney General. Na juma any OSP juma.
Question we me kwa medical bisada. Me say na wuso.
Who be a juma? Director, in the assembly, and you see a trap because at this moment, even only Yoko Yinano, you who can say Diko Yoko, and the Diko OSP.
Na say OSP juma. When you sure say Yoko phone kwa bitimi.
Director. OSP adwuma die ne woma e so special Yoko phone timinya because Yoko farmer Yoko say obi e tu kwan na sem e wo mo ho a they will not allow the person to go but OSP die o makwama kenoforeta ko owia no oba declare no wanted nyansan hye danim Director a free say office ne bae no office ne hye da nya de papa bia enya so mfaso and office ne mpo enye part of your constitution but Yoko die any Attorney General a part of constitution aye adwuma fitete no aba bedru enna ye di so mfaso enti baby am giran mi tiem community a enkomo bia koso e wa aban mu after say petition ekoto mampani ho say yenyi OSP ni free ho
na say uchema o ya giedi
me ya giedi mo memfa ni sa because Director mama yerga ye leader of government business and oye majority leader enti ansa na obi a oye leader of government business ebe gina bontin especially in parliament na we raise assembly aba no na chese underground no or support o baby e kire se ebia enkomo bia koso enti oni baby e na gina
but then obisi adenti na ye di ani nyina akwa kosi special prosecutor so
denti adi ani nyina akwa kosi ni so ne say special prosecutor ni ho ene ye Yoko nkoani Attorney General no ho a ka kenoforeta anwane
sa
anke nei cases na kogu ho no anka Yoko fo ache nkrofo ama ye ko baby ayeko Director chama wontumi su court proceedings such as the bia umkoko to mudi asem no say special prosecutor and assembly court officer ebesi nne ka court case ni enhya se ni
because ana kind of worker
of course because Attorney General bayi onya 1 year Attorney General even say 10 months mu no we but Attorney General bayi watimi aye process no aye ntem ama se e di chama wontumi asem
onu kwa na yeso wo kasa dodo no onu kwa na odi asem na kokota ye di asem no onu kwa gana fozo kasa
se wo kasa
no OSP a wontumi chikeno fori akama
ene nyesa wontumi chini keko you've been in office for years adie na yeti office no matina mi du ko ya otwe ya adwuma na opeso no ontimi nye no BBC kwa no say nanado ona odi adwuma yi ma me adwuma no mi ntimi nya maresan ene odi adwuma no koye but kisi aja bedie ohwesika na ewo ho na eye mi madwe na meka ohwesika na ewo ho na obenya dini ntide a ene ontimi kura adwuma no beye sama kwa chichire nsagu na chi sedie na nsenkrofo bi kase na nado ne nkrofo hyere no mu criticize office no just to protect them into what do you say omode fight against corruption but enye sa na tie
but then some question we medical bisa
okay
onye sure say bia special prosecutor eba MPP abresunti na NDC 4% omo ya no mu yini free o
Director assembly is very important. But me need that because the brother didn't know some time man and I do a great office. I was the Martina Midwa. Now we NDC near NDC Abreso or Koya Attorney General by lawyer Penny. Nana didn't question NDC for a said drink a Jabeka say ultimate chili paba compua. Say be almost sanity until we thought not a joke. Martina Midwa and Timmy. Fanasa NDC into a favor in the party. Kisia Jabinya NDC or Bayano. Why not watching both NDC MPP? Why not Kisia Jabia Chino? Edna Kokotwa, a 70 panadifo. Nti sa office no. Se ka sem faso ni so a, woni me be yadwen. Why never be any company? Na company na aye adwuma for over 7 years. Afi so a company ne mfa faso ma. Na wasa kopo bosia na wakope sika. Na odi akoma wekese se monye mfa nya adwuma. Afi so a emfaso ma, why never sa.
But then as a issue is minority no share dan for manu ntumu sa.
Roger, minority nankasa no. Omunim say office of the special prosecutor no say bin fast when so. Aside that aside that kisia jabi nankasa MPP for no problem. O share say who say Agban sisa he na no. E no share say o invite MPP for no. Nti MPP for no be start be say o mo say ye no na na egwo. Ye wa Agban mu no scandal bi ansi am wa invite ye da. Ye ko position ya what shall say invite because o person John Mahama e maintain you entina what shall say yes nti ne ho ba be ye MPP for na bi enu nti en MPP for na fa no because so tie mama yarega say Professor Aaron Mike Okwe former speaker of parliament or MPP pani or no crack say office of the special prosecutor no ohun faso a ewo so yenyim firi ho enei bijitum say special prosecutor is a corner oko
quick one commander enyina so na entiwe mra but an say abeto dwa say I MPP for criticize office no say omo dey be deal with His Excellency John Mahama.
Oh, okay.
Sansam no sa issue ne wa ha say. But answer na yenkotie we mra. Martin Kpebu I expose oman hene of Adum FM. Quick one. Yentie mra Ghana for edi nkoma ekoba ensem wachi.
Me no be wi anisa but quite worrying say officer ebe kuatia ketase hye pre na sa bra no asekura no. I just said on one casa credit you may be 44 now. Emma and Nimunyam we pay you. So what's the way forward now?
He has to just go. Me say, Master, the way I work can you're devil's advocate. But I'm sure you let some people they will believe you. Until sometimes devil advocate more free me question now. I am not much a bit because we only say now because it's worrying, you are bringing that emotional now. Then your supporters would always support that's what we didn't be.
Your friend of mine in the Kwabna Santi.
Kwabna Santi.
Yes.
Yes, okay, make idea. These are Kwabna Santi. So your supporters would then side with you. On saying Kofi or Mutawasema Manti, won't you ever come on Diajuma? Mpacho, listen. Hey, even I don't want to go there. And I say, you're fan of one, you read that. Let's repeat. Kisia now I am a Johnny. Na mo fi say no yen de no ntunche yen kwaka dia send you for your time now obi anim say when did it ever happen say president be the ninia be the finance minister Ghana Bobusia na finance minister company no ayeye Ghana Bobusia na finance minister company AGB ekufo ado obusia enya sika won be da na obi sa wo say wo 5 cases against him na afi what na ho wo say obekọ no it was Krata no chiro se obetu kwan no wonsa ka copy nso se obebodewuru ama Ghana fa beboa no o se o call NIB na me se me NIB letter NIB chiro me chiro mo na mo chiro me back say dey bi kisi dia bia ma ho me ni panyimu dada na no no so kasa o se hey ono kwa do onim kisi o se boa me ma me nchi ofuri atanye so I don't know so please don't be using all of those adjectives worry near maybe asem no nti ase policeman atrasi ama the suspect are all 5 cases against him. Suspect me Jane. Now we say yenja weka yenko kadi asend you. Policeman otiho o suspect e be Jane. Was not one case o suspect are all 5 cases against him. The most valuable suspect. So far I'm not aware of any suspect or accused person OSP all 5 cases. I'm not aware. it's possible there are other people, but so far, based on public information, no, Nimobia, you want 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases against him. Nimobia, you want that number of cases against him. No, be too quiet. When Saka Kratano, or Betino, or the Wadre, now we diatro, now oh yeah, Kukwasa, now we diatro, Kukwasa. Now I feel say it's quite worrying. Next time, let's not do that. I understand the devil's advocate.
Lawyer Martin Kpebu, Bribia Daminu Shiawa, only me Piamusa, it would the infancy answer. Now, we are following it.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, right.
Martin Kpebu,
of course.
Any Omaihine.
Yeah.
But then it seems that this time, Omaihine is made. And some of Martin Kpebu, okay. Yeni Hunkomai.
Well, right away, and come away, no, and come be a emit, because of my night was say, the near so.
But then questioner, oh, Busani, was sorry to say, Yan Senimana.
Okay, the right
father said, I officer criticize, or no, and deal with corruption. And then we assign the corruption case as some of the
right away. Sa question here you be say, the Ebema you be perfect answer for question is say, yes, say office, say office nearby, or make you matter saying. Time I create office never for or beyond for corruption and 2 office office now you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, about around 7th year. You won't be papa beer office net media at this moment, say office just yearly. Now office need to be found for 1 month. Office no enkrofo ko honkrofo pie yede omo kwadu omo pie yemfa omo nkokot enkwadi bem enti senkrofo na yede alleged cases atom allegation atom so mako office wa omako report wa yenhu bibia no OSP Jessica ena wajai wo mo anase OSP wanhu bibia na asembia ni ho ena wo frɛ omo keke enti yentimi musa question na Rebecca, me person me bisa say, yentimi musa OSP question say, enkrofo na we invite ombo office no. Ade na won for mun court, emi enkodi asem no we eni bem, anaye ni form.
So per concrete evidence.
Enti in 7 years, unya concrete evidence there. The office is unnecessary. Enfa so ni so yenguno. Rebecca yenguno office na ache yeguna. E wo say kisie jaben, yede no ko attorney general ho na yoko ho. No ko yi nsema no. After see be auditing our office when you know
Madam Martin Kpebu why your mind sakwada
of course
do ba no kasa to say the onim no kra
never tell you
who man hini
sana beba
but jandon no do so no do
never tell assembly nyina no say da bia o say I say oye a propaganda too amanfo be fa wo so dey am propaganda ube share the area and I like our lawyer Martin Kpebu eteno Rota Oniagro is a very serious person Oni Richard Jakwa they are my favorite enti enei oyo man now be sasa question we are Rota straightforward I was say otutu bi manu because onim dia akoso in the system wanya there
quick one commander yenyina we so na yentie nsamo a lawyer Eduji Tamakulu ede atuga na waliki information binti mesrew say obete waso din watie no nkomo no sanse akoba se ai wo mo criticize office no se omo de ba be deal with President John Mahama and was at that time no na oye former president and ne eye buabo wo mo no quick one yenya bo 20 nsem no
opinion on the air cosui dey me pacho
yo okay and I'll tell you a brief issues FR this OSP assembly, and I think there are other raging matters. So we'll have a more broader conversation on it. Obi, Mekai, when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, then president, decided to set up this office, I recall expressing my personal view. And the personal view now may express and say, in the beginning, now the greater concern will be, and then say, now the greater concern, and then say, the office of Attorney General, and this is where the concern started from, that the office of Attorney General also has another component, Minister for Justice.
Sure.
Thought that it.
Yes.
It said, in the year 2000, a man before take over. Ima, Papa Dia, your friend the GH Mensa. So no.
Meaning the power, former majority leader.
Now, around 1993, the then NDC administration amended the Criminal Offences Act at 29. And now I'm introducing a new offense called Forcing Financial Law, Section 179A. So, okay. Good. Into Shaya, even though the law was introduced in 1993, nobody until the Rawlings left office was prosecuted under that law until the year 2001. Our President Kufobeye Omanpini. And the President Kufobeye Omanpini in a started operationalization of that section 179A.
Yes.
And she Ekobasa Nana Dankwe Kufadu, a year Minister for Justice and Attorney General. Into the prosecution in our echo, with the exception of Malam Isha, was one-sided. Into the conversation at that time was that it was witch hunting.
Yes.
It was witch hunting of the Rawlings appointees. Into Echo Bastano, a man, President Milton Suba 2009, conversation by Ghana 50, Ghana International Airlines, and all those issues. In then candidate Akufo-Addo in 2016, soon because of the claims there, Emre Piano, Agban who are targeting the opponent in Obeti an office for the office of the special prosecutor. Inti Emma obey man penin and oyesu, and yes, sir, Obeti our office. And the view no say, Uncle ye Attorney General and obey those prosecution waka say, targeted at his political opponent into our office. So I remember making the point at that time, say, the whole idea is there, you need an office of special prosecutor to investigate, prosecute, in order for it to look like there is no political interference, was an illusion. Not just in EU, was an illusion. And the point I made at that time was that as a country, we have experimented the office of special prosecutor with that. We've experimented it before.
Okay.
But we've experimented it before. Okaya, the famous case of Apia and the Republic. It should be in the 1984-86 Ghana law report. Apia was the special prosecutor then. And at that time, Nani deputy was either squadron leader as I think he moved.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But eventually, the then special prosecutor, Apia, was asked to investigate. Was asked to investigate Coles Motors.
Coles Motors, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Inti, yes, investigation of Cole's motive in the Bible say, appear, Baji Adabudi. Na Shikana Oji into the Ghana Commercial Bank London branch account in the Bayase. Iti say pay appear a crime and appear a very interesting criminal defense. Or say the monies were received in the London branch. And so the criminal jurisdiction of our court is not extraterritorial. It is only confined to Ghana. And so the court had to make a determination whether say the criminal jurisdiction of our court is extraterritorial. So, in fact, the authority for the proposition whether or not the criminal jurisdiction of the Ghanaian court is extraterritorial is from the Afia and the Republic State. But the real fact, was a special prosecutor. Odisika on the Ghana Commercial Bank account, the London branch. The reason why I'm bringing this perspective is that this is not something we've not done before, and it has never ended well. So I remember at that time, I made the point saying, we don't need the office.
The office. Wow.
All you need to do is to have a strong director of public prosecution. But the distinction.
Yeah.
But you elevate the position of the director of public prosecution to the status of the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
No among all the security of tenor.
Okay.
As a justice of the Court of Appeal, conditions of service will be better than that of a justice of the Court of Appeal.
But he will still take directions from the AG, no?
Sure, Article 88, the way Article 88 has been framed.
Couch, no, yeah.
It matters not who you are. You'll still be subject to the direction and control
of the AG,
of the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Remember, that flowing from Article 88 is the fact that all criminal prosecution shall be mounted by the Attorney General. Shall, and you may. So the power of the Attorney General, and remember that in the constitutional architecture, Ononkwani the name minister.
Yeah.
Yes. Because in the constitution, we will be there to say minister for lands and natural resources. So that is how you make the constitution and its framers have framed it in Article 88. So I then make the point at that time that instead of creating a specialized office, strengthen the director of public prosecution.
But that specialized office, and so from the proponents, was to cure a certain mischief. Which mischief you've alluded to, Cecilia?
And which was the claim at that time by candidate Akufo-Addo said, having been the Attorney General before.
Yes.
And the criticism at that time said, all the people that were prosecuted for causing financial loss to the state were all NDC appointees. In there was a statement the late G.H. Mensah made, which even spoiled everything.
Yeah.
Or say by the time they are done dealing with the NDC, the party will not exist again.
Yes.
So it became clear that it was a weaponization of prosecution for political ends. Now, you have a situation where fast forward, President Akufo-Addo decided to put that office. And for some of us, we said, look, because we have done the appeal scenario during the PNDC era, I think Bright Akweti at a point was even the special prosecutor.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Onokra, at the end of the day, he ended up running away. So I said, it's a concept we have experimented before, and it never ended well. So let us hasten slowly. But I'll tell you something. At that time, yeah, now President Akufo-Addo, you see, this politics, you need to be, you know, me,
yeah.
I remember saying, you see, the NDC brought the law of costing financial loss to the state in 1993 for well and good intentions. But from that time, all the persons who have been taught by that law were former NDC
appointees. Yeah.
So I've always preached that let us be slow with new laws. I've always advised that based on previous experience.
Yeah.
Now, you have a situation where the office of the special prosecutor was set up. Now, guess something. When the debate came up, go and check. I remember Afenyo Makin's comment in the debate. And you asked me, oh, LDG, how did you know what Afenyo Makin said? I had to do legal research for my senior partner, Dr. Ayeni.
Okay.
When he challenged Martin Amidu's appointment.
Yeah. On the basis of the age, you know.
On the basis of the age.
Yeah.
And you know, as part of the legal research, not as the main court, because so when the Pepe Vihat, the authority, Pepe Vihat, the use of parliamentary proceedings in construction and interpretation. So now, we wanted to find out, in the course of the debate, what exactly they were seeking to establish. In Jamaica, we went for the parliamentary debate and found out, say, in the specific comment by Afenyo Makin, or can I say, this is an office that is being established pursuant to Article 190. And I wouldn't say Article 190 also brings it under the scope of public service.
Sure.
And within the public service, who do 60 years and you must go on retirement.
Yes.
And so therefore, you could not have given the special prosecutor appointment to a person who was older than 60 years. Do you get it?
Yes.
Because the parliamentary debate becomes a tool and aid for interpretation. In Afenyo Makin's statement during the debate, and the answer is there, you can go and pick it. He made it clear that this is an office being established pursuant to Article 190 and 195, up to from 190 to 1. To that extent, the contention was that the occupant of that office could not be more than 60 years. In fact, one of the things that I even realized in the course of the research and said, Article 190 was subsequently amended when Obeda Samuel introduced the amendment to the effect that Unipani 60 years, Krana, Ubet Miamano, 2 years, any 1 year at the account. It was Obed as Attorney General who introduced that amendment. But you see, what I said at that time was that let us hasten slowly. Let us not set up this office with a view, say, they be fighting corruption.
Yeah.
Do you know how I was vindicated? At the time when Nana Danko Akufo-Addo set that office up, his Attorney General was called Madam Gloria Akufo.
Yes.
Prosecuting the National Communication Authority board members.
Yes.
Of which I was counsel for TV. No recourse to the OSP. 2, he was prosecuting Dr. Opuni.
Yeah. And also no OSP, yes.
He was prosecuting Ernest Thompson.
OSP.
Not OSP. So I said, look, what are they lying to? If the whole idea is to cure political coloration, your attention Madame Gloria Kuku was in court.
In court, prosecuting
all this, and some of the charges were procurement related.
Yeah.
So who were you deceiving? But you see, then Akufo-Addo then eventually showed his true colors. What was his true colors? Get this carefully. Martin Amidu, and I've always said this, that office was created for Martin Amidu for pure politics. The office was designed for Martin Alamisi. Why? Martin Amidu had become very angry with us relative to the Woyome matter.
Yes.
And so, Nana Beye president, he sought to harvest
and exploit our hunger against
that, exploit that hunger. And so that whole thing was an SPV. So then the conversation would have been, that be when you end the MPP assembly. The prosecutor is a known NDC activist. In fact, the day Nanado announced Martin Amidu, my senior brother, Kpebu also, I think later in the studios of Peace FM,
No, sir. Yeah, I remember that video.
So that whole office was set up with Martin Amidu in mind. And you see, Nyanko Pongwa, Sebi, in the affairs of man, that design fell off when Martin Amidu from nowhere decided to do the corruption risk assessment on Ejapa.
Yeah.
So after he finished that corruption risk assessment, the president approached him on how the report should be cast because it implicated Kenoporiata. And that is what resulted in Martin describing the president as the mother serpent of corruption.
Sure. Sure.
Eventually leading to his resignation. Now, this is a president who has set up an office. For all intents and purposes, never wanted it to deal with Onoami Wing, but had his opponents in mind. Now, this is Martin resigning. What do? You can't scrap the office. You can't. And today, let me tell you something. So, when the idea came of challenging Martin's qualification,
yes,
there was also another conversation whether to challenge the constitutionality of the office. Because if you read sections 1, 2, up to 4 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act, you can see that it was a constitutional aberration. It was violence to the 1992 Constitution. Why do I say so? Prosecutions emanate from only one person, the attorney general. So, the then government needed to create a legal fiction of an independent body.
Yes.
How can an attorney general who is giving his powers, some of his powers, to an office, that office claimed to be independent? So it was a constitutional fiction or legal fiction that was created to try to circumvent the fact that there is nobody who can be independent. So at that time, they were in hurry because they were doing an SPV for Mr. Martin Amidu, who then used it to hound. Then the president would stand aloof and say, hey, I have nothing to do. This is an independent body. And the special prosecutor is an NDC person. So you, Pontius Pilate, let him do what he's doing. Meanwhile, at that same time, almost all the prosecution that he was undertaking against all the appointees of President Mahama, were all being done by his attorney general.
By the Attorney General.
So, this whole idea that you were creating an office to take away the notion of political victimization and political prosecution, that was exactly what you were doing as president.
But lawyer, from where we are now, there is the whole country seemed to be divided on the way forward. Some think scrap this office. Others think Martin, your friend is saying, Kisia Jebin should go get another person in place and let the office run. Where do you stand? So
you see, on this, I think it's important that I put out my biases. Clearly. You know, Kisia Jebin may enter law faculty the year 2009. Or the year me criminal law lecturer.
Okay.
So for the 1 year me year criminal law, no, or chair me criminal law.
Okay.
Me year law school. Chairman me wono. Ayeni and Feli at that time, which now is Ayeni and Partners.
Yes.
Now, a foundational member,
okay,
of the FEP. But you are a foundational member. Now it was me or no, Dr. Bastet, all those Victor Broby, all of them,
okay,
and near all firm. Subsequently, you know, fear hope, and on your quarter or no FM. So at that level, it's important I disclose this my personal bias.
Sure.
Yes. Now, the question whether the office should be scrapped, I remember there was an attempt to go to court to challenge the constitutionality. Then a very senior party person, one day, FM, said, Edgy, why do you want to go to court to challenge the constitutionality or otherwise? You are a person associated with the NDC, probity and accountability. Don't you think if you go to court, the impression will be created that it is because your government that just left power, they are corrupt. That is why you are afraid of such an office.
Sure.
And so the public perception, you may win legally because the legal point you have is a very strong one because of Article 88 and the so-called independence of the authority, Senate and the
OSP.
office. And so legally you have a very strong point. But you win legally, but you lose the perception argument. And that is how come that issue never saw the light of day in court. Now, forward. Why should the office be scrapped? I think yesterday, Amajo, Métier, Professor Michael Kpebu.
Yes.
And I said, where is this man's principle? Where is the man's principle? What does it stand for in life?
Why? Because he presided?
He was the speaker. Go and read the debate.
Yeah, he was the speaker. I know that. But
go and read the debate.
Sir, he was speaking with the benefit of hindsight.
Listen carefully. Listen. Professor Michael Kpebu, and here, said you, a small boy in the politics of this country. Tabi, the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, would not have conceived an office of that nature, brought it to Parliament. Now, tell you, the business for the day, the scheduling of business for the day. Speak company, which is so between the NA bill at the Abaho. Obi.
No.
In all fairness and candor, if the Speaker of Parliament is not amenable that a bill should come in or be frustrated bill, it will never see the light of day. It is, you see, the reason why the likes of Professor Michael Quay have put up this regrettably unprincipled position is what they intended for that office. They have never gotten it. They have never.
Because listening to him, his point was to the effect, say, the office was created with something in mind, as espoused, by the actor established office. Unfortunately, a tool to intimidate citizens, to abuse the rights of citizens and all of that.
They were setting that office targeting Mahama's appointees.
Oh, but
using Martin Amedu.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter, say, when you go into the Hansard, say, bela enya broad-based, bipartisan support, contributions from MPs.
The reason for the bipartisan support,
yes.
At that time, NDC was effectively blackmailed. Opposia.
As a own accountability.
And sir, you just left office at the time when corruption was the major accusation against you. Then, Agban say, or chief officer Babe fights corruption. Then you are seen vociferously opposing it. You can't sleep in this country.
You lose the perception battle.
Because of that perception of corruption against you. And now, officer Babe fight, you are opposed to it. So this was a political mastermind, cleverly orchestrated. But what they intended at that time
was to target Mahama appointees.
Regrettably, and to the glory of God, it didn't happen. And I'll tell you one thing. Look, and anybody, you can put it straight through. Airbus. When the Airbus matter happened, do you know who referred the Airbus matter to Martin Amedu to investigate?
The president himself. There was a statement.
The president himself.
Yeah.
Through his then Gongon Bita, the presidential Gongon Bita, Good. There was a discussion. And in that discussion, it was to put now President Mahama before court by the SP. And he said, no. I said it. One of the officers there, I can say, so Martin told them that no, this man enjoys immunity. I'm not going to gamble it. Then the conversation was, charge him anyway and let him go to the court to accept his immunity. By which time, Akufo-Addo was going to contest him for the 2020 election. So charge him anyway and let him go and accept his immunity. By which time, we would then have said that, oh, we brought charges against him, except that he enjoyed immunity. So you can see the wickedness, the plan they had in mind. By November 2020, what they had designed and planned and against them. When Martin, on his own accord, decided to do the corruption risk assessment on a Japan.
On a Japan.
Which the president sought to interfere, resulting in him describing the president as the mother serpent of corruption. That is what broke that friendship
between the two gentlemen. I get your argument up until now,
and you see, let me say this. You see, Look, as we speak, do you know that Martin Kpebu
Yes.
was the principal prosecution witness for the special prosecutor?
In which case?
The Republic versus the former officials of Northern Development Authority.
Oh, okay.
The investigation the special prosecutor conducted into Napaga, Tia, and the rest.
Yeah.
Who was the main architect of that conviction? It was Martin Kpebu. Oh, you forgot it.
Oh, really?
Martin was a prosecution witness in the High Court in Tamale. The Northern Development Authority case. It was on the basis of those testimonies, among others. And the lawyers for those accused persons filed for establishment of no case. And the judge in the Tamale High Court, I can see they have a case to answer. As I speak to you, the accused persons have opened their defense. And they are still in the High Court in Tamale.
Wow.
Martin was the principal person in that conversation. It's the same Kisi Jabiya. Anna Minya Obi.
Onoa.
So what has changed?
Yeah.
So this is, for me, where I sit, I don't think it's a matter that should be way beyond. Look, Martin Kpebu, Kisi Jabi. I think they are 1 year, there's only a year gap between them. They were all in a careful hall. I think that they should all sit down and see what exactly the issues are.
Omumienu. No be a Martin saw the petition about 15 allegations still counting. Say I'm from Pam no musi da court na say e din komo.
What in this world is beyond what the math can resolve? And
Martin say you
Donald Trump Nobel Peace Prize for Israeli and other way now.
Yes.
Yeah. Make I recently Donald Trump call the Knesset, that's the Israeli parliament. And from nowhere also, you know, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is going through some corruption investigation and trial. From nowhere now, President Trump, the Israeli president, Herzog, Senankebeya, Oma Netanyahu pardon. And I said, we are not near the
everything is possible. Everything is possible. But I think in principle, no, listening to you, no, you are against at least the scrapping of that office. You are against that.
It has come to stay.
It has come to stay. But
look, what will be the legal basis to scrap it? It has gone through Parliament, and like you pointed out, it received bipartisan support.
Yeah, but Act of Parliament can always be repealed, you know?
Oh, but there has to be a strong reason for a repeal. What would be the reason?
The reason is it's no longer fit for purpose, as some have argued.
Have you checked the NDC manifesto? And what it says about the office of special prosecutor?
But at least you think, sir, it should be headed by a new hand, right?
It should be headed by
somebody else apart from Kisi.
Maybe the current occupant by law has a 7-year mandate.
Sure.
And
yeah, that's true.
Non-renewable.
That's true.
7 over you 5.
Aka 2. That's true.
Aka 2.
Yes.
So 2 there what?
Dabi.
And
Dabi.
It's non-renewable. It's a different thing if it's those offices where you stay up to 70 years.
Okay.
And remember, say, Oma elevating the conditions to that of a justice of the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
And that is why the removal processes entails Article 146.
No, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So for me, if it's left with two, and well, the most important thing is that now there are petitions before His Excellency the President,
which have been forwarded to the CJ.
Which have been forwarded to His Lordship, the Chief Justice. At this point, the President has announced that his Pontius Pilate conveyor belt.
Yes.
So we all await what the Chief Justice, in his wisdom, having done all the evaluation, will come up with.
Okay.
I do not think that at this point, my pay grade,
Edruho.
no.